Hey guys, this is Miss Ross. I hope you are having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Monday. I'm here today because I want to talk to you about line graphs, okay? And I'm just going to tell you a few this is going to be like a short little mini lesson on how line graphs are set up and what we use them for. Okay, so first off, you need to know that line graphs show change over time, okay? Change over time. And so I'm going to set up a circumstance for you, and then we're going to create a line graph of it, okay? So you're going to pretend like you're in my classroom, okay, for 7 days. So over here for the term, write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so this is 7 days. Okay, so these are also going to be my x coordinates when I make my line graph, okay? Then over here, I've got the number of candies. Okay, so this is the amount of candies that I give to my students on any given day. And I'm gonna do the students in all, okay? So let's say on Monday, I'm kind of tired. So on Monday, I just give out 4 pieces of candy total, okay? Then on Tuesday, I feel kind of bad about it, and so I decide to give out more than double that amount. So on Tuesday, I give 9 pieces of candy out to my students. On Wednesday, let's say there is a excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry. On Wednesday, let's say there is a substitute, and you know how sometimes substitutes find the candy bucket and they use it to bribe children. Let's say the substitute gives out 16 pieces of candy the day that she's there. Then on the next day, I'm back and I give out 11. And then on Friday is EOG Friday, and Friday I go nuts and I give out 23 pieces of candy. Okay. Then on the following Monday, on day 6, let's just say I'm tired and I give out, I don't know, maybe let's say 7 pieces on that day. And then on the 7th day, I give out 7 again. All right, so here what we're going to do. First off, across the bottom, we're going to write the term, okay? So this is 0. So at the origin, you don't put any information at the origin. It's always 0, 0. Then here, you're going to write a 1 for day 1, 2 for day 3, 3 for day 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, this is the overtime data. This is day. So let's label this day. All right. Then of the other side, we're going to put in our numbers for the number of candies. Okay. So I'm seeing that it's going to need to go between 0 and at least 24. Okay, because my low number is going to be 0. My high number is going to be 24. So if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I've got 10 lines. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this a little bit taller. And let's see, I'm going to make this so it counts up by 4s. Okay, so this is going to be, the first line is going to be 4. The second line is going to be 8. The third line is going to be 10. Nope, sorry, I lied. Not 10. It's going to be 12 because you're counting up by 4s. Go up again is 16. Again is 20. And again is 24. And that's the highest we need to get, okay? So the scale of this, I want you to write down the scale is how much it's counting up by. The scale is 4. Because you're going 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, okay? So, and these are my x coordinates, and these are my y coordinates. So let's go ahead and graph, okay? So on day 1, I gave out 4 pieces of candy. So I want you to go over to day 1, start at the origin, run over to day 1, and go up to day 4 and mark it. Okay, and this is 1, 4. That's the name of the coordinate, but you're just going to put an X there. Okay, now let's look at day 2. Day 2, I gave out 9. So you're going to go over to day 2, and then you're going to go up to 9. Miss Ross, there ain't no 9, I don't see it. Okay, well, you know that halfway in between 8 and 12 is 10. So in between 10 and 8, 10 would be in the middle. In between 10 and 8, 9 is going to be there. It's going to be a little bit above the 8 line. So you're going to run over to 2, and then you're going to come up. This is 8, and you're going to go a little bit over that and put an X. And that is 2, 9. Okay. Now let's look at day 3. Day 3 is 16. So you're going to run over to 3, go up to 16, and make a mark. Then you're going to go over to day 4, and you've got to do 11. Well, you know that 11 is just going to be slightly below the 12 line, so 11 will be just about there. Then day 5, whoa, this is the day that was EOG Friday, so you're going to go all the way up from your day 5 term. You're going to come up and you're going to go almost to the 24. Just underneath it is going to be the 23. Okay. Then on day 6, I did 7. So 7 is right underneath the 8 line. And then on day 7, I did 7 again, and it's right underneath the 8 line. So now what you're going to do is you're going to connect these using some sort of straight edge. I have a piece of broken chair here. That's what works for me. So I'm going to connect day 1 to day 2, day 2 to day 3, ooh, look, I almost made a mess. Day 3 to day 4. Day 4 to day 5. 5 to 6. And 6 to 7. Okay. All right. So you are understanding now that line graphs come from data that is changing over time. Okay. So on this side, you've got the days of the week going by, and up here going up and down, you've got the number of candies I gave out. So day 1, I did 4. Day 2, there were 9. Day 3, there were 16. Day 4, there was 11. Day 5, 23. Day 6 is 7, and day 7 is 7. All right. So now what I have the kids in my class do is I have them label the intervals. Okay. So between one day to the next, how much did it increase or decrease? And they're going to label it with a positive is for an increase. That means it went up. And then, or they can label it with a negative, which means it decreased. Okay, so we're looking at day 1. Day 1 is 4. And then on day 2, it went to 9. So right here, I'm going to label the change, the interval. So from 1 to 2, it went from 4 to 9. So that is an increase of 5. And I like to have my students highlight their intervals. Okay. Then let's do the change from day 2 to day 3. From day 2, it went from 9 to day 3, it went to 16. So 16 minus 9 means that it increased 7. So you're going to write plus 7, and you're going to label and you're going to highlight it, because it is important that you label your intervals. Okay. Then from day 3, it was 16, and it went down to 11. Okay, so from 16, 11, it decreased 5. So write a -5 and label it. Then let's do our next one. Day 4, it was at 11 and it went up to 23. So if you want to figure out your interval, it's very simple. You can just do 23 minus 11 to figure out how much it increased. So 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. So it went up 12 from day 4 to day 5. And I'm going to highlight that. Now we're looking from day 5 to day 6. So we're going from 23 down to 7. So again, just do the math. 23, take away 7 to get your interval. So I can't take 7 away from 3. I borrowed. This turns into 13. 13 minus 7 is 6, and bring down the 1. So it went down a full 16 candies from day 5 to day 6. And then from day 6 to day 7 is what I like to call a flat line. This is where it stops or it stays the same. This was 7 and this was 7. So it stayed the same. I still like to label that with an S, meaning that it stayed the same. All right? So when you're coming through here and you're doing these and when you're figuring this out for yourself, it's going to be really important that you label the dots. So this was a 7, this was a 7, this was 23, this was 11, 16, this dot was 9, and this dot was 4. That will help you to figure out your intervals, whether it increased or decreased from day to day and how much. So now that you've got your days labeled, you've got your intervals labeled, if somebody asks you one of those crazy questions, if they say, hey, what day did you see the biggest decrease? Well, here I go. Bam, right there. You'll be able to say, look, Ms. Ross, it's right there. It's negative 16 on this day. Or if they say, on what day did you see the largest increase? You'll very easily be able to look at your chart and go, bam, right there. It went up plus 12 from day 4 to day 5, okay? So, because one of the things we were seeing that happened on the check-in when we said what was the day of the largest decrease, you guys all went down here and picked the smallest number. But that is not the day that we saw the largest drop. It dropped the most from day 5 to day 6. And then when they ask you what 2 days did it stay the same, right here, this is your same. This is your flat line, okay? All right, guys, make sure you get down these notes. You can very easily write this on a piece of graph paper. Remember to pay attention to the scale, okay? So that if it gives you a number like 9, you know that 9 is going to be in between 8 and 12, closer to the 8, okay? All right, you are loved. We'll talk with you later.